Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Jobber Radio Prediction League Frontline. I almost didn't say the word league right, and I have no idea why. Yeah, JRPL is what I should stick to, but it's JRPL Frontline. Scott here again, rambling at the intro. Still your ultra-violent champion, yes. But also still the world champion, because I'll always mention that as long as I can, is my co-host, BeerMeJesus. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing pretty good, champ. How about yourself?
I didn't even say champ. I'm tired. I'm out of it. I sort of said, champ. That's right. You are the champ. We're both champs. And I somehow always forget, because I always end up moving my belt somewhere else, and it's in the other room. But we do have some stuff coming up for upcoming shows, and we have some stuff for the past show that happened. You did escape through All Out with your title intact. It was an interesting show. It's a house show, as we need to remind people. But it still had stakes. It still had big events happening. Being a house show, it doesn't matter as far as for wins and losses, aside from the Road Warrior. But I think overall, a lot of stuff kind of got... It kind of got cleared up in some ways after what had been happening with the three main shows in a row. You know? We kind of got some breathing room on it, and we have a lot more breathing room now with almost a month before the next show. But as far as for what we're looking at here, this is all, again, Jobber Radio, jobberradio.com, JRPL Official on Twitter, and the YouTube channel as well that you're watching this on right now. That's where you go. That's the site you see on your screen. That is where you can go to the Prediction League, which is what we're talking about. On there, though, too, is reviews for actual shows like the New Japan show, CT did a review of. There's the podcast, which is currently on hiatus. There's other stuff as well, but that is the site to go to. You sign up for the Prediction League. The instructions are all there. You can see it on the screen. You get to be part of this stuff. So I think we should jump right into All Out and the reactions, or results from that, rather. We are going to hold... The reactions, yeah. We are going to hold off of the power rankings. That was going to be this week after the last week of stuff. But doing power rankings immediately after a house show is a little odd, because the house show had nothing to do with it. So we're going to do them next week when it wouldn't have changed anything anyway. And it's a little more free-flowing to talk about. We can really cover what happened during all that stuff and really go into the stuff we talked about. So all the stuff when I mentioned, give us questions to recover and recap. We'll cover all that kind of stuff in the coming weeks as well, because the next main show, or the next show at all, is September 27th. And today's September 10th, so there are like a month. It's basically a month, 3 weeks, honestly, accurately, is what we have until the next show, and it is Clash of Champions. More on that later, but right now, champ, if you're up for it, let's dive into All Out itself. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Now... There it is. Alpha Dog main evented against Urban Legend. Sorry, forgive me, guys. The Alpha Dog and the Urban Legend. Got to get the in there, or the. Road Warrior Championship. Alpha Dog retaining 40-33 in the main event for the Road Warrior title. Rather happy with that. I kind of thought Urban would have gone out there and had a shot. We talked about that going in, but Alpha Dog, I really like him retaining that. I want to see him with a couple strong reigns now, because this is his second run with the belt.
Yep. Yeah, he's been doing work.
Now, one thing people need to know, there is full write-ups, and we'll go over that as well, but we're just going to kind of go through the results as we have them here. Statements were definitely made by that with the people involved, but who's the next challenger? Well, we'll get to that, because there's a challenger every show. Next up, we have, hey, it's you, the must-see good guys, BeerMeJesus and the GMSG, defeating the Stone Collective, which is Orstella, Mr. Money in the Bank, and his new partner, RGX. We talked a bit briefly off camera on this one, but I did write this one, and I wanted to make sure, as I always do, that both guys get a good showing. For the new team against the veterans. Orstella is a veteran, but RGX is a new guy, and Orstella's kind of making a run here with the Money in the Bank. And I wanted to have fun with it. I wanted to be a little bit chaotic. Avoid as much as I can with BeerMe versus Orstella, because that's Money in the Bank and World Champion. But you gotta do a little bit too, right? So I had fun with that one. It was an interesting match to really see what could happen, and really to kind of it seems a way to tease out the Money in the Bank, right? Like, is he going to cash in when he's got you in the ring, right there?
Right.
Right.
I was a little worried.
Yeah.
I was a little worried.
But he did not cash in. He didn't.
He's playing the long game.
Yeah.
Playing the long game.
This is longer than I'd thought. Which now it's really worrying.
Right. It could
now,
happen.
because we were all thinking SummerSlam, right? It's going to be like right away. No. NXT? No. The next NXT? No. Oh, when is it? So I would definitely think he's got a plan.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if he didn't cash in when we were in a match together, then... I mean, Show 100's coming up. Maybe that's that's where it could happen.
It is. We'll talk about that in a bit, too. The fun part with this, though, was at the end where Bastion came out. Because Bastion has the called shot at Immortality, and he's got the shot at Clash of Champions. And his stipulation, the only thing he wanted, was that the Money in the Bank cannot be cashed in during the match.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all he wanted. That's, in a way, kind of brilliant. I was thinking about this earlier today. Because he could have done any kind of thing to game the system, to stack the deck, if you will, or give opportunities, or hardcore, or whatever he wants. I mean, he and Jut literally won the world and top lock titles originally with that back earlier, or last year. But the idea here that he has this called shot, he could go out there and win, but as we mentioned, Orstella has Money in the Bank. He could technically cash in and have that cash-in bonus and win the match and take out both the champ and the called shot in one fell swoop. So he's eliminated that so that all he has to do is just beat the champ, and that shows Bastion's confidence in facing you.
Yeah. I mean, you said that he can't cash in during the match. Like, what if he called his shot? He was like, I want to be in the match before it starts. Would that work? Or is he not able to do it until after the match?
No, I would say, like, he cannot cash in and be part of the match, is how I interpret it. Like, during the match or add to the match, like, that match is off limits to the cash in.
Okay. Until after, right?
Like you
if
said,
you want to cash in after the match.
He could cash in after. He could cash in before, technically, I would think. I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, right?
With our stuff.
If you... Yeah, because if he was like, hey, I wanna make this a triple threat. I don't know why he couldn't, but
that's
don't do that.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one thing that I think is kind of off limits. He can't make it a triple threat, but he could force a match with you and then defend against Bastion.
Oh
right?
fuck!
Like he could do that and double duty it, so that he literally shoehorns
don't do that.
Out. I will say again,
don't do that.
I do not know, and you can say, oh, you know. I do not know. Yes, I knew about Lee all along, blah, blah, blah. But I do not know his plan. I literally don't know if he cashed in or not until the results go live. And then when they go live, I see he didn't. Oh, good. Like, I wrote the ending of this match going, well, here's an opening. Because it could have easily ended with the stare down of him and Bastion instead of you and Bastion. Like this, let's set it up. So,
right.
Yeah. But we'll talk about that match in the future. That's next. Let's cover what happened here at All Out first. You guys did win, amazingly, and the way it was kind of meant to be. The highest point getter on your team was GMSG. The lowest point getter on their team was RGX. So naturally, I like to make that be how the fall works, which keeps the world champ and Money in the Bank out of the equation. It's just perfect. That's how I would book it if I could choose. So it's much more fun that way, I find. But yeah, Money in the Bank is now staring down Called Shot at Immortality with the world champion stuck in the middle, which is unique. So unique. It's a lot of fun. Next up, though, we do have Team No Chance. Buckend 5, Vitamin Yes, and JD Onio defeating... Let me say that again. Defeating Simple Creatures, Modstep, Chappers, and JJ Rocky. I did say Team No Chance, this is what they do. I'm still stunned.
I find it kind of funny that in the character chat, JJ Rocky's like, I'm coming for you, and Bomber's like, don't overlook anybody at any time. And Not only did I think they overlooked him a little bit, JJ Rocky ate the pin. I mean, and yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Admittedly, I'm a little disappointed because like I said, I wanted to be the one to figure out the JJ problem, but you get a 6-man match, stuff happens. Can anybody beat him one-on-one? That remains the question. There's literally 6 people involved. That's 5 variables with him. So there's opportunities there to still see what's up. Because, I mean, his only other losses was, like we said, the world title match. And, like, what was it, a 5-man ladder match? And he had a no contest.
yeah.
So it's
Something
like,
like
no
that,
no
yeah.
one's really just straight
Yeah.
up one-on-one beating him, aside from the world champ. And if anybody's
Right.
going to beat someone, that's okay. It's the world champ. So...
Right.
Right, so I think there's a lot of mystique there. There's a lot of meat on the bone on that one. The Creatures, the tag team losing though to TNC, is rough, is interesting, and is exactly what the division needs when they're literally destroying all comers.
Yeah.
Renaissance though does what they do, and they got involved afterwards as well. They're making their claim for the titles. We talked about them before.
Yeah.
We kind of thought they were in line maybe before Regulators, but again, the history with Regulators and the tag titles is good. But Renaissance is doing Renaissance things, and this is... You never overlook Team No Chance. Never
No.
overlook them. Like, never bet
Because
against
when you
the
do,
Creatures,
that's when they strike.
but never bet against Team No Chance. I mean, sorry,
Right.
you can bet against them, but don't overlook them, because
Right.
they will surprise you. Always. And they did. So... a great win for those guys. Vitamin Yes on the winning side of that. Look at that.
Right. Congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Very,
That's a
very
good
good. Not on the winning side was myself. I lost to King
Oh.
Bastion. Yeah.
I mean, there's no harm in that. He is king.
He's king. He's the king of the ring, which puts him as literally one of the best there is right now. He's going for the world title literally next. So... it's okay to lose to him, same, but I'm the champ. It hurts a little bit.
Right.
I'm not quite in a slide, but it's like,
Right. Yeah.
Ooh, like you can see, like, losing footing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, I've got a promo planned for that with the title belt because it's like a lifeline kind of thing almost. It's kind of funny, so. It's like, this is what happened last year. I lost it all out for the title, and then beat Vitamin, and then lost 12 times in a row. I don't want to lose 12 times in a row. So, that's... I mean, we're at, what? 1? I lost to Tigress. I lost to Bastion.
Boss.
I lost to Boss. Yeah, there's problems. There's problems here.
I mean, it's not as bad as somebody else that's on a slide. We won't talk about that yet. But I mean, it.
But
Yeah.
there's problems.
Right.
But no. But let's look at the flip side of that. Bastion avenged the loss. I beat him on my birthday. He avenged that handily. Again, I wrote it, and I kind of made sure that's like, look, he beat me, and deservedly so. I never... Bastion is the one I have utmost infinite respect for. No pun with infinity. He's that good, so he deserves that, absolutely. The win against him on my birthday is one of the feathers in my cap. I'm very proud of that one. I couldn't do it again. That's actually doesn't count, but it does to me. Pain, meanwhile, did win. Pain beat Broken Nerd, non-title, to point out. 40-35. That's huge for him because Broken Nerd, yeah, he lost. He's been on such a high with a couple key losses that haven't derailed him one bit.
Right.
Yeah, he lost the UV title, but it almost put him in a better position to move up. Literally like Keith Lee in NXT and WWE. He's like, oh, he lost those belts. Yeah, he's on a better trajectory now. It's okay. But he came up short here against the Top Block champ. But he beat the world champ. So,
Yeah.
what? Like, what? It's
I like Payne's finishing move. Yeah, like they all lose. Is it they all lose in the end?
that's
what it's called?
That's like a setup move. He's got the painkiller, and
Oh,
they all
yeah.
lose in the end. Yeah.
Yeah,
They all
yeah.
lose. That's what a torpedo kick is. What I was understanding. It's because I'm I'm planning something. You'll learn in a bit.
Oh.
But I'm like, what the hell's that move? Is what I was like, what is this? So I need to know what the move is. But no, I like Pain a lot.
Yeah.
We keep saying this too. He's kind of low key steamrolling, and this is a big win.
Oh yeah.
I don't care if it's a house
Yeah.
show. That's a big win against Nerd. That's a big win.
'Cause- yeah, he's doing work. Doing a lot of work.
Exactly. I was thinking that, like exactly that phrase. Like he's doing the work, like this day in, day out, under the radar, and forcing you to take notice after the fact. It's like, oh shit. Uh-oh.
Ever since he went heel, he's just
Yep.
he's killing it.
Yep. Next up, we've got the death match. This match was, I think, 3 months in the making, booked a long time ago. Bomber defeated Alaska Brown in a death match. He's been death matching it up, and he got the win over Alaska, which continues the Alaska slide, which is I don't, forgive me, Alaska Brown, but it's not unexpected. But it's literally a case of someone like a UFC guy coming in and doing quite good early, and let's put him up there against some tougher opponents, and they come up short. It's like, maybe this didn't quite work out. Maybe this wasn't quite the right time. So I'm not sour on Alaska Brown one bit. I see definite good things for him, but a death match with Bomber, trust me, as someone who's been there, not an easy way to go. I mean, he's done that before though, right? Like he beat him in a hardcore match or a death match before. So this isn't over. This isn't over.
I think Bomber's back after his little slide. He's getting hot at the right time.
He absolutely is. It's this is the kind of, like I said, the death match here, the tournament advancement. The other match, I'm literally forgetting that he won.
He beat Chet.
Thank you.
When his house blew up.
His house blew up. No, I thought there was another one even there too.
He beat Hawk.
That's
Hawk.
it. Yeah. That was the tournament.
The Legos.
I think there's another one. Like he's literally, like, I think he lost to Alaska, and then went on this tear with all these wins. I think that's what it was.
Right. I think you're right.
Yeah. So I mean, he not only avenged that loss, but has not lost since. So big things coming from Bomber, definitely. He needs it. He's got to buy a new house. Next up, Legit Boss. Speaking of back, Legit Boss wins over Jace Villain 13. A big opponent. Jace, we've talked about, is one that's kind of like always pushing forward and always kind of up there. So for Boss to step in and beat him, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean bad for Jace. That means, oh, Boss hasn't missed a step. Boss is doing everything she can, beating me, beating Jace. Didn't beat Red, though, and you know that Thorn's got to still be in there. Even though Red has been able to move on from it, has Boss, I don't know.
Right.
So I don't think that's over for Boss, but Red, we're moving on, right? So be interesting to see what happens with that. Speaking of moving on and things returning, Spring Tigress beat Hiro Shinmoses. That was... I wrote this one and a little uncomfortable stuff in there. That was kind of the point of the past and overcoming it, because Spring Tigress is, when I write Tigress, it's like Ricky Steamboat, it's like Sting, it's the greatest face there ever was. And
I feel like her character's always hurt too. Like she always has like a bum shoulder, like her neck. like girl, you gotta heal up. Come on now.
The problem here is there was literally 4 shows in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Right. So there was no way to recover. Like I kind of damn near broke her arm the day before she went for the world title. She had a world title match, and then went through 2 hellish matches.
Yep.
But she's fine. She's bounced through it better than anyone else, and now she has most of a month to recover. But that won't stop people from targeting her neck. It's my neck. It's what is always the problem. So now we have the reunification of the Reaction with Luke Gray and Tino, kind of proving a point after what they've done with bringing Luke into the fold with Renaissance, and continuing the CT slide of the CT slide of the Eloquent Enigmas, Jonathan CT Martin, and Junction. And wouldn't you know it, CT's kind of fed up with it too.
Yeah, he is.
He pulled a Scott at All Out last year and went
Hmm.
nuts on Junction, which good. Right?
Yeah.
Like it clearly wasn't working. So maybe this is the way to change it up.
I wonder what his slides at now. It's got to be at like I don't know. It's got to be a decent amount of numbers because we keep
He
talking about it every week.
he might be sliding into that vitamin territory without us even realizing it.
Ooh,
It
yeah.
might be there. It's not double digits yet. I'm confident on that. But at the same time, saying that, I wouldn't be surprised if it was. It's that rough,
Right.
right? So
And, and Luke snapped his slides, so
Luke did. Luke
one
did.
ends and one continues.
Vitamins snapped as well. That's a couple wins in a row
Yep.
for him, and a big one against
Yeah.
tag champs and JJ. CT.
Hmm.
This heel turn has got to be the way to fix it. I think.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Now we have the Casino Battle Royale with Spring
Mhm.
Tigress defeating 20 other superstars and somehow coming out on top. This happened before her match with Hero, no less, because we're going down the card. But
Hmm.
with that win, she's earned a shot at the Road Warrior Championship.
That's gonna be a good match because Alpha Dog's on a roll and Tigress is now on a roll, so
They
that could be match of the night.
and they just faced each other a little recently because I remember the whole dog cat thing, right?
Yes.
Because it's like, ha.
Yes.
So now, does Alpha Dog get to encounter what I did, where you have Spring Tigress come at you and you can't stop her? Because that's what happened to my Road Warrior Tyler Rain. I could easily see Spring Tigress winning this match, this rematch. Not because of it being Alpha Dog, but because it being Spring Tigress. That's the important part there. She's just that good.
Hmm.
Anybody would be in trouble against her. I say that every time. So that's a good win for her. The Battle Royal stat, Casino Battle Royale, or Battle Royal, forgive me. Speaking of some Road Warrior era people, we've got the Dark Rider defeating LJ and Nathan 8K. Dark Rider getting that rebound win he needed, and it's over LJ. That's big. And Nathan's no slouch
Yep.
either. He's not really been in the Road Warrior
Yeah.
range right now, but that's definitely a big win for Dark Rider. This is
I mean,
what it's
yeah.
like. It's like 2 weeks too late, but still in the conversation now. Still definitely in that range. It's like you didn't keep sliding, you stopped it, pumped the brakes. That's good.
Yep. Hmm.
We have a match that makes me sad. The Legends of New School. I'll say that again without mumbling it. The Legends of New School. Ash and the Lucha Warrior defeating Infinity. They were undefeated, but now they are not. Redhead and the Midnight Rider.
Dang.
It wasn't meant to be, but
Right.
we had Infinity lost completely. I'll just leave it at that.
Hmm.
Infinity had a bad weekend, but nothing was at stake. Nothing was at
Right.
stake. That's
Right.
a positioning match. See where who goes where, because we need teams here in the JRPL. If you want to partner up with someone and make a run at the titles, do you have what it takes to go against the creatures? I don't know. I don't. I've had problems with that, but maybe I do. I don't know. But Infinity couldn't get the job with the Legends. Ash and Lucha is a new team. They could make a run for it too. Lucha Warrior is a former tag champ with Cure One.
Yeah.
We could see them go at it. The Regulators had their shot. Renaissance is definitely calling theirs. TNC has made their claim. I mean, I'm just going to scroll up a brief bit here, and the reaction could make a challenge for it too, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the Enigmas are gone.
And Nate and Rate.
And
Don't
Nate and
forget
Rate.
Nate and Rate.
Nate and Rate. We need a team name for them, an official name. But
Yeah.
if you are part of the JRPL and you're hearing me say this, and you want to be part of a tag team, please let us know. And we want it to be dedicated, where you're like in the teams for a while, not in and out, bouncing back and forth. Yeah, you'll have singles matches, like down below. Nate has a singles match, and we've got singles guys having those matches for these kind of events. But we want that tag division strong. So if you're up for it, let us know. Hit up the people in the Discord. Jonathan ZT Martin, GMSG, they're the main two to really let know if you're want to be part of a team. Let us know We'll see what we can do. We'll basically say, yeah, here you go. But we want teams. We want challengers for Simple Creatures. So head on, sign up, let us know. We'll see what can happen. I'll move on from Infinity now. Keon Blair defeated the Green Machine. Oh, by a lot. 38-19. That's...
Oh, wow.
Green has just bounced back down again.
Yeah.
I keep saying it, but Keon Blair, new guy. Okay, keep doing the work. Keep doing it. That's the way to go. That consistency. You might lose one, but you bounce back. That's literally how Green Machine became one of the guys he is. He doesn't quit. Ever. I don't think he's missed a show. So
right.
That's the way to go about it. Speaking of guys who sometimes miss shows, Team Jobber Radio, Rab and Peanut, they actually have the team name there, I noticed, defeated the Regulators, 3J, Platinum, and Godenaku. So, yeah,
wow.
the slide continues for the contenders of last week, further on down. Maybe Rab and Peanut get a title shot.
Oh, man, imagine. Imagine if they are the ones to beat Simple Creatures. Wouldn't that be something?
Neither of them have ever had a title.
No.
I mean, to be fair, only Bomber... Well, actually, no. Let me change that. Bomber, Lee, myself, and Matt, when he was on, we've all held titles. So, okay. So they're the only two who haven't held a title. Let me put it that way. I want to see all the Jobber guys have titles. That'd be fun. So, but they got the win, and it's a good one. So, do you think you can beat those guys? Let's see. We got Frozzy defeating Wookie by 2 points. Frozzy, the new guy...
he's been doing well.
He has, and I'm just looking at the next two. Frozzy beat Wookie by 2. Nate Sniper beat Daddy Fatsack by 4, and Rate Wrestle beat Tom by 2. These scores were all in the 30s, the high end of it mostly as well. The new guys all putting up very good scores, and that's awesome. That consistency, that victory, is good. That's everything we want to see, right? Like that's.
Yep.
Because suddenly, next thing you know, one of these guys gets a Road Warrior title shot. Like, that's... You know what? He's been here every show, and he's won 9 out of 12. Okay. Like, that's all it takes. And so you show up and you win, especially when you beat Wookie. You beat Tom. Daddy Fatsack, yeah, he's not the quite same pedigree, but still, you didn't lose to him. Right? So...
I've lost to Daddy Fatsack.
It happens. I almost lost the Fart Bucket. I'll say it again. Lee did. So
he did,
yeah. But all big wins for those guys. And let's go down toward the bottom of the card here. We got the Finn beating Cam Popplestone. I'm a bit bummed by that. I do love Cam. Finn's a tough one though. He's someone I don't think I've ever faced. I've wanted to because he had the title, but I've never faced him. So he's always on my radar as someone I kind of want to take on. Forever Chillin' beat XO Kev. It was AEW. Mark Black beat Hawk. That's...
Oh.
Ooh, but Hawk doesn't really care. Right?
Right.
Like,
right.
He's kind of like, whatever. Like, he's part of the faction he can't get out. Oh, well.
Yeah.
So, which kind of works. It's interesting. Cammy, awesome to see Cammy Cat beating CM Carlito. I beat Carlito, too.
Yeah.
Cammy's back. That's cool. Cammy's been a little more consistent, likes AEW, so not surprised there. Castor Rathbone, new guy, beat CJ Blackthorn.
Yeah.
What's with these new guys? I'm going to go to the very bottom. Bofopta64 beat Peanut is my bitch. New guys. And also, look at that. Woody beat Brandon23. Woody is back. Which I think he left around the chamber? Was it? He wasn't at Mania. And we thought that was weird. Remember, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
But Woody's back. And I haven't heard from him at all. He put in picks. He's back. So, and he got a win by a point. So,
dang.
Yep. Now, to be clear, Junction did submit late. You guys, there's a time limit when you put your picks in. If you look on the page, there's a thing on the side which says like upcoming event. Here's your thing. Junction was late, so if he had 5 more points, they still would have lost, but it wouldn't have been as bad to the reaction. But if you're late, we do have like a 15-minute window to put your picks in. It's an hour before the pre-show, just for the record. But yeah, Castor Rathbone got 40 plus points in a match, 65 plus points in a tag match. Peanut or Stella and RGX. Tigress won a battle royal, her first. Alpha Dog main evented, his first. RGX got match of the night along with GMSG. Hey, that means you did too, BeerMe. You got match of the night.
Yep.
Along with Ostella. And then Nate Sniper got 200 career points. Already. He's already at 200 points. He's only been here like, what, 3-4 months?
Yeah, he's been scoring really well.
Like after Mania? That's nuts to me. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you guys want details, come along. Check out the write-up. We've got everything in here. Full details for the Battle Royal, for the reaction, for the aftermath, where CT did very bad things. Hero, Alaska Brown, and Bomber in their deathmatch. Pain and Nerd, like I said, was some fun craziness. Myself and Bastion, the Creatures, the Aftermath, the must-see good guys, and yes, the Road Warrior title. But that was All Out. And again, it's a house show. It's kind of the one house show in the midst of this insanity. And I believe the last house show until Bound for Glory at the end of October, because at this point, Death Before Dishonor is not happening in September, as far as I'm aware. Like, they're going to have to announce it now, and I said that last week.
Right.
So it's pretty much all main shows at this point.
I think they're going to wait for Final Battle.
I think so. I think you're right. They're going to try to just kind of like exist for a bit with their stuff, like the pure tournament and that, but we'll see, because if they do the proper pay-per-view, we do cover it. But if they do it just like a limited show, like some of the other ones, like Glory by Honor, Border Wars, I think, is ones like that. Those aren't the true pay-per-views. They do like Final Battle or the anniversary shows, so we wouldn't cover it anyway. So it all depends on how they actually do it. But that does mean the next one is Clash of Champions 2020. It is show 100 for the JRPL. It's the big one. And BeerMe, I didn't really ask your opinion of All Out, but I'll kind of bundle it with this. All Out and everything that's kind of been the past little while leading to show 100. What's your general thoughts on that?
It's been really good. It's been a wild ride.
I mean, you've been world champion for the past 9 months.
God, I know. I don't want to lose.
It's pretty good. Could you imagine if you went all the way through to TLC again as champion?
That's one of my big goals of trying to do it. So.
Yeah. Because no one's had any title as long as you've had this one, if I'm correct. I think, to be fair, I think your own record is the other one, because the initial, or your second tag title reign with Warden started, I think it was January?
Yeah.
And literally didn't end until, I think, TLC of that year. So you had it for I think you had it for 10, maybe 11 months. It might have only been 9, but still. That's the record for one continual reign, interrupted by Lee and myself for a month. We had it for, I think, 40 days. That's the longest reign anybody's had any single title. Hippo had it for the Road Warrior for a long time, and Top Lock, rather. Yeah, Bombers had the UV title for over 500 days, but that's over multiple reigns. Your single world title reign is longer than any other world title reign or any other reign, and you're breaking your own record. I'm pretty sure. So.
And I've defended it, quite a bit.
You defended, I believe, 5 times, which also is more than any other world champion.
Right.
Even people who've had it in multiple reigns, you've still defended it more successfully than anybody else. If I'm correct, yes. So. But
it would be quite a year to beat the King of the Ring, and beat the Royal Rumble winner. I mean, that'd be pretty big. I kind of hope I do that.
And
not overlooking my opponent. Just saying, I want to do that.
And the Money in the Bank holder.
Oh man,
can you
that
imagine?
Would be something.
If you're like, no one can stop you, and like I said, the unstoppable JJ, the ultimate face of Spring Tigress, like it's. Yeah, it's a good run. Not to jinx you or anything.
Right. Right.
But that is where we come now with Clash of Champions. It's a celebration of all the champions. And in years past, we've had multiple title matches not happen. Basically, if I can find the specifics here, The first year, 2019, it was the where is forgive me, where is it here? I'm trying to find. Yeah, it's a little finicky the way I was going based on what Red wrote, but it's like literally 2019, 2017, whatever. In prior years, I believe it was simply a one-on-one. Yeah, the world champion versus the top block champion was in 2017. Non-title, but it was a showcase match. 2018,
Oh,
I think it was a triple threat between the world top and UV. Because I know that happened last year. It was a triple threat. I forget exactly what the match was for 2018. But that's been part of the fun. We've had the different matches,
right.
and the champions kind of come together to see who's the best. And if I'm correct, the world champion has never won in those matches, just for the record.
Oh man, me versus Pain, that would have been a banger of a match.
Yeah. It's not
Yeah.
happening, because instead,
Um,
yes, you are defending against King Bastion, the world champion. I'm saying it, the greatest world champion we've ever had is defending on show 100 against
Against
his
the King.
against the King, his greatest threat, King Bastion, with the one stipulation Bastion chose: Mr. Money in the Bank or Stella cannot cash in during the match. And again, I have interpreted that to mean he cannot jump into the match, like he can't add himself preemptively or anything. It's off limits. So
Want to give a shout out to Bastion for not doing something like, "Hey, give BeerMe like negative 20 points to start this match." Like that would have sucked.
I presume that would be just like a dirty way to do it. Like that wouldn't be allowed. But he could pick like a ladder match or a TLC, and
Submission.
a submission match. Yeah, I mean, not that you're a slouch at those. I've been trying to
Right.
beat you in those, and I'm 0-4. Come on. Fight Pit was your idea, and I even lost that one. I lose them when they're my idea. I lose them when they're your idea. Come on. But
It is cool. It's just a one-on-one, straight up,
it's
like
straight up
"Alright,
one-on-one.
let's
May
see."
the best man win.
Yeah.
I like it, and it's the main event, as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
I love that match. The other title match, yes, is the Road Warrior Championship. The Alpha Dog is defending against Spring Tigress.
That's match of the night.
That's match of the
Written
night.
all over it.
That is a big show match. That is absolutely huge, I think, for Clash of Champions. We may as well look at what we have here, because yes, the stipulation to be announced. We have Tournament of Death Round 2. Bomber versus Buckend 5, Broken Nerd versus Cian Blair, and Jace Villain 13 versus JJ Rocky. I have the stipulations. We did announce they would be cinematic matches. I will confirm they are death matches, and I now have the specifics.
Oh, all
So,
right.
So bear me.
I'm excited.
There is the TikTok of Death match. It will take place in an antique store.
Okay, I like that.
And it will be Broken Nerd versus Cian Blair.
All right. TikTok.
We have the War of Waterloo match. Which will actually take place in a water park.
Okay. I like that too.
That will be Bomber versus Buckend 5.
Ooh, somebody's gonna get drowned in some water.
And yes, that means that the last one is Jace Villain 13 versus JJ Rocky. They get the Metal Shop of Horrors match, which will take place in a factory.
Oh god, that sounds like right up Jace's alley.
It does. Though I got to admit, in reading through them, I went, we should have put Nerd in the factory. You know,
Yeah.
T2. Yeah.
He's Terminator.
I wasn't part of that decision, but yeah, that's what it is. But I still like it. Like him in an antique store. I mean, he wrecked the museum. Bomber and Buck in a water park.
It is Bomber and Buck and Horror. Which one
Yeah.
of those do you think is going to be like the coolest? Like, if you're like thinking about it, like I don't know. I kind of like the water park one.
The water park is the most unique. I think the factory is going to be like almost a version of a cage match in that it's just going to be absolutely brutal with Jace and JJ. The antique store, I think, is going to be similar to the museum in a way, and even the soundstage, in that there's going to be a lot of things breaking. Oh, it's going to be bad. But it's Nerd, and I think Nerd's the shoe-in for this. Now that I know he's in that, it's Nerd and Blair. Yeah. But Bomber and Buck in the water park is the one that I truly don't know what to expect, and I'm probably more excited for that than anything. Because like, what is that even going to be?
I know. Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, and I will give Red's a suggested name for the water park one. The Pool of Punishment was the suggestion. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. But I think it was Waterloo of Death, and I'm like, we can't have two of deaths. Come on. So the War for Waterloo, the War of Waterloo. So yeah, yeah, that's round 2. Those are death matches, cinematic death matches taking place at the end of the month. So get ready, get your water wings, find your way to the antique store, and get your hard hat for the factory. I don't know, because that's going to be it. And meanwhile, I'm going to be there watching to see who advances from there. No, well, yeah, on these ones, yeah, from afar. I am watching from afar for these ones. I'm not getting anywhere close to any of those. But I do want to be. I want to be there for the final. I want to be whatever it is for the final. Ringside, poolside, aircraft side. I don't know. I want to see whoever wins. I want to see that definitely, right? So. But hey, let's talk about what I'm doing at Clash of Champions. Let's get that ready here because yeah, I'm not getting the night off at Clash of Champions. It's going to be it's going to be a tough match, BeerMe. Are you ready to hear what I'm doing at Clash?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, like I mentioned, we've had like the historic matches of like the World Champ and the Top Lock or the Triple Threat. I was excited for the potential of that, the World Champ, the Top Lock Champ, and the UV Champ, because that'd be you, Pain, and me in a triple threat. I was like, yeah. But then he called his shot. So, does that mean it's me versus Pain?
Ooh.
No, it doesn't. Because instead, as I'm putting on screen, it's me and Pain against the tag team champions, the Simple Creatures.
Oh, wow. That's good. That's good stuff right there.
It's going to be hard.
You got Pain on your side, though.
I got Pain, but I don't like Pain. Yeah. I don't like him at all. I said this before. I promoted against him saying I wanted to take his head off for what he did to Red. And once one of us lose our titles, we'll make a run at the other. We both have our titles still. So, yeah. The Ultraviolet Champion, Scott, that's me, and the Top Lock Champion, Pain, teaming against the Tag Team Champions, Modstep and Chappers. They beat Red and I in the tournament, and I do believe they've beaten Lee and I as well. I'm not 100% on that, but I think they beat the two of us before that also. Like, I've not won against the Creatures. It's been rough, but it's Pain.
Maybe at Clash they'll be here.
Oh, God, yeah. I don't know. It is non-title.
Gotta ride that Pain train.
No, well, yeah, no, I'll ride it to victory, sure. But again, obviously non-title across the board. It's a showcase match, and I mean, more than anything, I'm happy the tag champs are involved. And it'd be weird to have them defend again after back-to-back the past 2 weeks, right? So,
right.
And I just realized I've got it there. There you go, everybody. There's the full logo. I covered over half of it. I covered over the Creatures. Foreshadowing. Red made this graphic. It's myself and Pain with our belts and the Creatures with theirs.
That's pretty dope.
I'm excited for the match. I'm very excited. It's just to be part of that is something I've wanted forever, to be the champion at this time of year for that, right? Because I've only ever been like, I had the tag titles only ever in like January, February, or December the first time. That's when I had those, and I had the Road Warrior briefly in like June, and that's it. So I'm to be able to be part of this now. I'm very excited. It is a fun, interesting thing, and it's actually new people across the board in the championship showcase match, which is also pretty cool. I think so. Yeah. Who do you got?
Oh man, you guys are combustible together, and the Creatures are a well-oiled machine. I gotta go with the creatures.
Yeah, it's probably safe. Probably safe bet.
But I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be shocked if you guys won. It would not surprise me.
It's some of my favorite matches are the ones where I'm teamed with someone I don't like, because that just makes for some fun dichotomy of the match dynamic. But it's against literally, and I'm saying this to someone who I used to say this to, against the best team we've ever had. I really feel that way, and I'm starting to really lean on that with the creatures. I think they are the best, and it's a matter of time before everybody else agrees. No offense. Times change. I think they're a stronger team than we've ever had. I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble with Pain, someone I've never teamed with or even faced. I think I've never been in the ring with Pain outside of like a battle royal or a rumble. I don't know what to expect. So yeah, hopefully that cool move, like you said, they all die in the end, and all that. I hope it's all good. Let's go.
Hopefully that doesn't stand for you. You know.
I could see it. I could easily see it. But yeah, that's why I need to know what the move was, because I'm obviously going to be writing that. So yeah, I was like, wait, what? What's he do? Oh, okay. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to that one. Now, unfortunately, that's all I got. I don't have any more matches for this as of yet. That's really it. Because again, we're hyping the fact this is show 100. The champions have all been assigned and declared for where they will be and everything. And yeah, I hope that you make it out with your title.
I hope I do too.
I hope Orstella doesn't cash in after.
Yeah, I hope not either.
If you guys think that this team is going to win, or BeerMe is going to win, let us know. You can reply, because this will be posted on Twitter as well. We want to get the hashtag going as well. Hashtag JRPL100. Let's go. WWE can do it. We can do it too. JRPL100 is Clash of Champions. Follow us on JRPL Official. It's jobradio.com. You can be on show 100 if you sign up right now and put in picks when it goes. In like 3 weeks, an hour before the thing is the deadline. You'll be part of the show. Do that. Get in, get on the ground floor. 3 years in. But be part of this. It's a lot of fun. Obviously, we always have fun talking about this stuff. But I think we can probably cut it there, BeerMe. Bound for Glory, like I said, is the next one after that. And Full Gear is November 7th. These dates have been confirmed. As I understand it, there will be Hell in a Cell probably November 1st, which means WWE won't even have a pay-per-view in October, which is weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Survivor Series will be toward the end of November. There probably will be a TakeOver. Who knows about TakeOver Dublin or whatever they end up doing with that, and then TLC. And that's 2020. So these last few shows are going to really solidify what we talked about with the jobbies, with the face of the year and the match of the year and the story of the year. Like, it's pretty much make or break for some of this stuff. And some is already a lock. Like I said, JJ Rocky is Rookie of the Year. Even if he loses for the rest of it, I don't care. But some stuff is definitely up in the air to see what's going on. I'm excited. I'm very excited with a little uncertainty of what's going on right now. And then the obvious chaos that comes with like Survivor Series and stuff. And War Games hopefully happens as well, right? So. But how do you feel about show 100, champ, at Clash of Champions, which you are and I am as well? How do you feel about what's coming up?
It's stacked. The card is stacked.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a really tough challenge. But I make it through this, it'll be insane. But
if you make it through this, you probably wouldn't be defending at Hell in a Cell. Maybe Survivor Series, probably TLC, because that's where you won it before. You might be that close to making it out. Of course, yes, the Money in the Bank is always looming, but from a straight up defenses, that might be it. You might have smooth sailing from there. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
We will see, and I'll definitely be scouting those tournament matches. Though I'll be busy trying to figure out how to avoid Pain and his butterfly knife. Jesus. It's all good though, right? Yeah, it'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we can leave it there. It has been almost 50 minutes. This went a little longer than we planned, but as always, they fly by. Beer Me, thank you for joining me here tonight.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Well, I mean, you're the co-host, so you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, we can't do it without you. Come on. But no, we do definitely want to have others on at some point as well. But maybe that'll happen in the next upcoming bit. Someone from the booking team. Maybe we could answer some CT, see what he's thinking, where his character is going right now. Maybe do some stuff like that. I don't know. We've wanted that for a while. We just never really pulled that trigger. Maybe we should pull that trigger. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. What do you people want to see? Let us know. You people, God. You guys, the fans. Let us know down below in the description. Hit us up on Twitter, like I said, JRPL 100. Get that hashtag going. Follow us on all that fun stuff. I've rambled on long enough, Beer Me. Do you think I've rambled on long enough?
Yeah, I think we both have.
Okay, fair enough then. Let's cut it there. Thanks again, everybody. We will see you in a week.